we're going to talk about one of our many questions we get. Which of these products, so a grinding disc, fiber disc, or a flat disc, do we use to take down different varieties of metal? Today we're going to talk about it with a weld. So the first one we're going to talk about is our grinding disc. This is made up of grit, resin, Teflon inner layer, and your pore filler. So what this does, you put all that together, you're going to have a very hard disc. So with this right here, you're able to remove faster, and that's something we'll be able to show you more in depth further into the video. The next one is...
And so here we have a KLINGSPOR fiber disc, and what it is, it's just a vulcanized fiber backing, which has abrasive grain bonded to it. And usually in this case, it's either going to be aluminum zirconia or it's going to be a ceramic aluminum oxide, just because you get a little more out of those, they're more aggressive and they last longer. So one thing I do want to hit on is that these do have to be ran with a backing pad. So its sole purpose there is just to add support, because even though these are a pretty stiff, durable backing, if you run them without the pads, they will rip and possibly break apart, causing damage. So be sure and run these with the KLINGSPOR backing pads as well. On my right here, we have a KLINGSPOR flat disc. And essentially what it is, it's just a polyester abrasive cut into little squares, and they're going to be glued to a backing. Usually that's going to be a fiberglass backing. It's more lightweight, less heat buildup, things like that. So this has a built-in backing, so there's no really backing pad needed. And this is used as the same application as a fiber disc, and we'll go through the advantages of each. Depending on the application, they kind of each have their sole purpose, and sometimes it comes down to just a matter of preference.
So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to take these welds down with each of these. And then at the end of the video, we're going to discuss the advantages, and actually you can see the advantages of them. So we are going to time how long it takes to remove, because that is going to be a big factor as well. So just stay tuned. So as you can see in the photo, the grinding disc went about 15% faster than the other ones, but at the same time, the whole point for this is just to remove that weld. So you can see it's got gouge marks and those inside that picture, but really for a grinding disc, the whole point of this, it's a workhorse. It is going to remove really fast, and it's probably not going to look as pretty as when it's done, but we're getting that weld down and we're good to go.
And the next one, you can see the fiber disc here. It's a little bit more grainy in terms of finish. So you can see those scratches left. So it's not gonna be quite as aggressive as the grinding disc Danny used, but it's gonna be close behind it, and it's kind of gonna be that intermediate finish. And one thing I do wanna hit on, you can see the grinding area here is much wider than that weld was. So if you're looking for a good aggression, remember it is going to touch the workpiece under it, so it might be a little bit wider than the weld. It is going to leave a wider scratch. And speaking of that, it kind of brings me to the flap disc here. You can see it leaves the best finish of the three, all while maintaining pretty good aggression, not as much as the other two. But you can see it's going to leave the best finish while maintaining a good aggression. Advantages to the flap disc was you can kind of determine how wide you want the grinding area to be. This one was an angled flap disc, so you can see it's much more narrow. So if you're looking for something just to remove the weld and not touch the workpiece, an angled flap disc would be a really good option. So, and as you can see in these pictures again, this one leaves the best finish of the three.
So thank y'all so much for joining us for this metal video, and we'll see you next time.